much, Carla. I can't wait to see the final product. However, I can't wait to share the work that you've done. Lovely to see you here on BT. This is April Navarro. She is a hero amongst us, I like to say. An Edmontonian that we should certainly raise up. You have done something above and beyond just, sort of battling cancer, cervical cancer, but you've also taken everything that's happened to you and put it into a website where your experience is going to benefit thousands of women, April. And, so I want to sort of talk about your journey first and foremost with cervical cancer. What happened?
Well, I think like most people who are diagnosed with cancer, we never really forget that day. And for me, it was December 10th of 2009. And from there on out, it was over a year battle with the disease. I underwent 4 different surgeries in under 7 months. And, it was, it was difficult. I had treatments and all kinds of things that, we all have to go through. And
you call it the forgotten cancer.
I do.
How come?
Well, I call it the forgotten cancer because I think so many women, we hear about Pap tests often, we hear about so many women having abnormal cell changes and or having an abnormal Pap, and, it's usually easily taken care of. And, so I found that when I was telling people I had, cervical cancer, it was like, oh, I've had that. Or, I've had an abnormal Pap. And there really is a big difference.
Well, I think I want to sort of, because I sort of said that as soon as we sat down, because it seems like every one of my girlfriends that's sort of in a certain age, 30s, 40s, has said, oh, they get this sort of, this dour look, I've got precancerous cells, and, I've got cervical it's like the precancerous cells were discovered, and they liken that to actually having cervical cancer, I think. There's that misnomer out there. Is that what you're speaking to?
That's exactly what I'm talking about, yes. And, obviously, yes, those precancerous cells are just that, and they, very well could turn into cervical cancer, but that's obviously the beauty of Pap tests, that we can catch those. For the most part. I, unfortunately, was one of those rare cases where I had continually had regular Paps, and it was quite on point with getting them, but it wasn't abnormal until it was abnormal, and my cancer had advanced.
Gotcha. So you started this website, which I think is wonderful. I've checked in Edmonton.
Well, I started the Edmonton chapter of the National Cervical Cancer Coalition, which is an international organization. That is, we're trying to promote awareness, enhance prevention, and most importantly, create some outreach to women and family members who, are dealing with this devastating disease. There was a new study that came out last month, and 1 woman every day in Canada approximately dies of cervical cancer.
That is shocking to me.
It's shocking, isn't it?
Yeah.
And, I found that when I was going through my battle with cancer, I didn't have any outreach. I didn't, there was nowhere for me to go other than my doctor. Obviously, as a woman, we're thinking, what does this mean for my fertility? What does this mean for my sexuality? And, and that's why I wanted to start the chapter here, because even women who have abnormal cells or precancerous cells, it really plays on our mind. And so I wanted women to be able to have a place to outreach and, have resources readily available at their fingertips.
Awesome. I think it's wonderful. Thank you so much, April. I could talk to you for hours, but you're just going to have to go check out her chapter on the website. For more information, it's breakfasttelevision.ca. Just fantastic, saving lives you are by giving us the power of knowledge, and knowledge is power. So thank you so much. We'll be right back. More BT after this.